Hi everyone. I am Sia.
And I am Sam. Welcome to our video.
This video is all about the coincidences that shook the world. Let's get into the video.
Samuel Langhorne Clemens, known more popularly by his nom de plume, Mark Twain, was born in 1835, the same year that Halley's Comet made its first appearance. The comet made a second appearance in 1910, the year that Twain died, and the author, according to the New York Times, famously predicted that the two events would coincide. He's quoted as saying, "The Almighty has said, no doubt, now here are these two unaccountable freaks. They came in together, they must go out together."
The coincidence between the god of cricket, Sachin Tendulkar, and the rising star, Virat Kohli, is hard to believe. In the year 1999, Sachin had completed 1,000 runs against Australia in the 19th over in the 5th Test match in Melbourne. 15 years later, Virat Kohli too completed 1,000 runs against Australia in Melbourne in the 5th Test match, and that too in the 19th over. They both were 26 years old when they achieved this feat, and they both were playing with an MRF bat.
South African astronomer Danny du Toit gave a lecture on how death can strike anyone, at any time. Upon the completion of his lecture, du Toit popped a mint into his mouth. It slid into the back of his throat, causing him to choke to death on the spot.
In 1991, a woman in a rural area of Thailand accidentally slipped in mud, grabbed a live wire, and died from electrocution. Later that day, when her sister was showing neighbors how the accident happened, she slipped, grabbed the same live wire and died.
Jessup was a nurse and ocean liner stewardess who earned the nickname Miss Unsinkable by surviving both the accidents of the Titanic in 1912 and its sister ship, the HMHS Britannic, which met the same fate in 1916. Jessup was also reportedly on board a third boat, the RMS Olympic, when it hit a warship, but fortunately, the Olympic stayed afloat.
In a story told on the Wink podcast Radiolab, in 2001, a 10-year-old girl named Laura Buxton stood in her front yard with a red balloon. On the side of the balloon, she had written the words, "Please return to Laura Buxton," along with her address. She then released it into a strong wind. The balloon traveled roughly 140 miles south before descending, and finally landed in the yard of another 10-year-old girl. The second girl's name? Also Laura Buxton. After getting in touch and explaining the coincidence, the girls decided to meet, and discovered a whole range of uncanny similarities. Not only did they look and dress alike, but both girls had 3-year-old chocolate labs, a gray rabbit, and a guinea pig, and both had brought their guinea pigs to the meeting, unplanned.
National Geographic reports that your odds of being killed by a meteor are 1 in 1,600,000. So the odds would seem infinitesimally small that a meteor, which had been flying through space for more than 4.5 billion years without hitting a target, would hit the home of a family with the last name Comet. According to Time, in a bizarre case of cosmic synchronicity, that is exactly what happened to one family in France. Thankfully, no one was hurt, and the comets are now the proud owners of their own extremely rare extraterrestrial rock.
According to the United States Bureau of Reclamation, out of the estimated 21,000 people that worked on the building of the Hoover Dam, there were 96 deaths on the job site. Among the first was J.G. Tierney, who drowned along with his colleague on December 20, 1922 while conducting a geological survey prior to construction. 14 years later, on the exact anniversary of Tierney's death, the final death of the project was recorded. It was his son, Patrick Tierney, who, according to the Las Vegas Review-Journal, fell from an electrical tower.
Enzo Ferrari, founder of the Italian car company by the same name, died in the same year that soccer player Mesut Ozil was born, 1988. This in itself would be completely meaningless, except that the two men look nearly identical in many photographs, leading people to remark that the genetic coincidence makes a strong case for reincarnation. What do you think? Comment down below.
December 5, 1660, a ship sank. Only one person was left alive and his name was Hugh Williams. December 5, 1767, another ship sank. 127 people died but one man survived. His name was Hugh Williams. August 8, 1820, a picnic boat sank near the River Thames. Only one person lived and his name was Hugh Williams. July 10, 1940, a British boat sank. Only two people could escape. A man and his nephew, both were named Hugh Williams.
Theoretical physicist, cosmologist, and author Stephen Hawking was famously born on the 300th anniversary of Galileo's death, and died on what would have been Einstein's 139th birthday. That said, the far more confounding question of statistical improbability surrounding Hawking's life was the fact that he survived to be 76 despite living with Lou Gehrig's disease.
Just like in India, every citizen in the US is given a social security number. Women were given the same security number due to the computer's fault. When they were called to the office, what unfolded was shocking. Both of them had the same name, Patricia N. Campbell. Their father's name was Robert Campbell, both were born on March 13, 1941. Both got married in 1959 to a man in the Army. Both had two children aged 21 and 19. Both of them liked oil painting. Both of them had studied cosmetology. Both of them worked in the accounts department. So can we really blame the computer?